In the year 1513, a broken man sat down in exile and wrote the most dangerous book in the world. He had been tortured. He had been stripped of his office, watched everything he built collapse, and been sent away from the city he loved. And out of that ruin, Niccolò Machiavelli wrote a small book about power, a book so honest that men have been afraid of it for 500 years. What made it dangerous was not cruelty, it was truth, because Machiavelli did something almost no one before him dared to do. He refused to describe the world as it should be. He described it as it actually is. For centuries, the men who advised kings told them how a good ruler ought to behave, be virtuous, be merciful, be honest, be loved. It was beautiful advice, and Machiavelli saw that it got princes killed. Because here is his first, hardest lesson. A man who insists on being good in every situation, surrounded by men who are not good, will be destroyed. The world is not a place of saints. It is full of the ambitious, the deceitful, the desperate, and the ruthless. And if you meet them armed only with your ideals, you will lose everything to those who carry sharper weapons. So Machiavelli says something that still makes people uncomfortable today. A leader must learn how to be able to not be good, and to use that ability or not use it according to what the moment demands, not because evil is admirable, but because the refusal to ever act hard in a hard world is not virtue. It is suicide dressed as morality. This is not a license to be a monster. Read him carefully and you see the opposite. He is teaching you to take the blindfold off, to stop governing your life by how you wish people behaved and start dealing with how they actually behave. The idealist is always surprised, always betrayed, always wondering why the wicked keep winning. Machiavelli is never surprised. He looked at human nature without flinching, and he wrote down what he saw. And what he saw was this. Men are, in general, ungrateful, fickle, and quick to abandon you the moment your usefulness ends. In good times, they will swear they'd die for you. In bad times, they vanish. A ruler who builds on their promises builds on sand. So the first teaching is simply to see clearly, to strip away the comfortable lies and look directly at the machinery of power, ambition, and fear that actually moves the world. Most people never do this. They live their whole lives inside a story about how things ought to be, and they are ruled quietly by those who understand how things truly are. But seeing clearly is only the doorway. Because once Machiavelli has taught you to look at the world without illusions, he begins to teach you how to act in it. And that is where the story gets far more interesting and far more dangerous. If the world is as harsh as Machiavelli says, then a natural question follows. How much of our fate is even in our hands? His answer is one of the most striking things he ever wrote. He said that fortune, luck, chance, the great river of events we cannot control, governs perhaps half of what happens to us. But only half, the other half, he insisted, is left to us, to our own skill, our own will, our own boldness. He called this quality virtù, not virtue in the moral sense, but power, capability, the force a person brings to shape their own destiny. And he gave us an image for it. Fortune, he said, is like a river in flood. When it rages, it drowns the plains and sweeps away everything in its path, and no one can stand against it. But notice, in the calm seasons, men can build dikes and embankments they can prepare, so that when the flood comes, its fury is channeled and its destruction contained. The person who prepared survives. The one who trusted to luck is swept away. This is the heart of it. Fortune favors the bold. She is overcome not by the cautious man who waits and hesitates, but by the one who acts, who seizes the moment while it is still his. To seize hesitation feels safe. Machiavelli warns you that it is often the most dangerous choice of all. But boldness alone is not enough. You also need to understand people, and here Machiavelli gives his most famous teaching, the lion and the fox. A leader, he said, must know how to be both. The lion cannot protect itself from traps. The fox cannot defend itself from wolves. So you must be the fox to recognize the traps laid for you, the deceptions, the flattery, the hidden knives, and the lion to frighten off the wolves who would tear you apart. Strength without cunning is a large animal led blindly to slaughter. Cunning without strength is a clever creature with no teeth. You need both force and intelligence. And from this comes the question everyone remembers him for. Is it better to be loved or feared? Machiavelli's answer is cooler and sharper than people expect. It is best, he says, to be both. But that is difficult. And if you must choose one, it is safer to be feared. Why? Because love, he observed, is held together by a bond of obligation, and men, being self-interested, break that bond the instant it costs them something. But fear is held by the dread of consequence, and that dread never lets go. Men love on their own terms and abandon you on theirs, but they fear on your terms. It sounds cold, it is meant to, but hidden inside it is a warning most people miss, a single line that changes everything and reveals that Machiavelli was never teaching simple cruelty at all, because he says the prince may make himself feared, but he must never, under any circumstances, make himself hated. And avoiding that hatred, walking that razor's edge, is where the true art begins. That is where the story gets even more interesting. So a leader may be feared, but must never be hated. How do you stay on the right side of that line? Machiavelli, ever the clear-eyed observer, tells you exactly. Hatred, he says, comes above all from two things: taking men's property and taking what belongs to their families. He put it with brutal precision. A man will forgive you almost anything sooner than the loss of his inheritance. People will endure a hard ruler. What they will not forgive is the one who robs them, humiliates them, and treats their livelihood as his to plunder. Touch a man's pride and his property, and you turn a subject into an enemy for life. Then he says something that has disturbed readers for centuries. His teaching on cruelty, he argued, can be badly used or well used, badly used. It starts small and grows over time, spreading, multiplying, until the whole world turns against you. Well used, if we can call it that, is delivered swiftly all at once, only out of genuine necessity for security, and then stop, never repeated, never savored. The ruler who drips out cruelty forever lives surrounded by hatred. The one who acts decisively once and then turns toward building can be forgiven. He is not celebrating any of this, he is dissecting it. The way a surgeon studies a wound, he is telling you that harm, if it must ever come, has a logic, and that endless half measures cause more suffering than one hard final act. Then comes his teaching on appearances, and here he is almost playful. A leader, he says, does not truly need to possess every good quality: mercy, honesty, faith, kindness, but he absolutely must appear to have them, because the great mass of people judge by what they see and by how things turn out. They see the surface. Only a few ever touch the reality beneath, manage the appearance, deliver results, and the crowd is yours. Cynical, yes. But look at the world around you and ask honestly whether he was wrong. And so we arrive at the final lesson, the one beneath all the others. Machiavelli was not teaching you to be evil. He was teaching you to be effective in a world that punishes the naive. He wanted you to see power without illusion, to act with boldness before the moment passes, to combine strength with cunning, to understand fear and love and hatred as the real forces that move human beings, and then to act deliberately toward the end you actually care about. Fortune favors the one who moves. The world belongs not to the person with the purest intentions, but to the one who sees clearly and acts decisively while others hesitate. That is what Machiavelli teaches, not how the world should be, but how it is, and how a person with open eyes might master it. 500 years later, his small, dangerous book is still read, still feared, and still true. The question he leaves you with is a simple one. Now that you can see the world as it really is, what will you do with your half?